Welcome to this embodied awareness practice. I'm going to guide you through a short exploration, meditation. It's going to be an embodied experience of tree consciousness. So we're going to feel a tree and how that feels in the body. How does it feel to me right now? And every time you do this practice, it might change. And we want to invite everything that is here today and what needs to be seen, what needs to be felt, to let that be our inspiration, really, to take on this, the next 10 or 15 minutes. So when you're ready, inviting you to lie on the floor, if that feels supportive, if it feels comfortable. Alternatively, you can sit on a couch, sit on a chair, but make sure that you're comfortable. And that might change over the course of this guided exploration. So make sure that that you can't keep still, but if something needs to shift and move in order to feel more comfortable, then do that. I'm going to guide this lying down. So take a moment arriving to the floor, and here just let your body kind of relax into, as much as it can, into the sensation of lying on the floor. For a lot of us, it's sort of, it might be a new feeling. We don't tend to lie on hard surfaces very often. So just allow for that to be here also. And I'm inviting you to just notice and make a mental kind of note of how it feels to arrive on the floor. And then at the end of the meditation, just checking in with yourself, how does it feel when we end? So just taking a few breaths here, and relaxing into this new position. And try not to try now and throughout. And let your breath kind of move in and out of you with as much ease as possible. Don't try to breathe a certain way. Breathing happens automatically, naturally. Just attune and listen to the way you breathe in this moment right now. Let that be what it wants to be. Just bring your curiosity and loving attention towards your breath as it goes in and out of your body, and maybe even able to kind of sense how it's brushing us from the inside. Which parts of our body my breath is able to reach, and where in the body does this feel pleasurable. And if you find a spot where it feels really lovely, to let the breath brush in and out, and stay there. And as you do that, notice if your body starts to relax a little bit more to the floor. And maybe there's a little bit of a melting sensation that can occur as you breathe. And you can imagine how the floor is there to support you. How instead of it being a hard surface, it can become a soft surface. The more your body becomes soft, the more the floor becomes soft, and it's coming up to meet you. And you can notice if any parts of you feel a little bit softer now. So, when you're ready, in your imagination, you're invited to take a little walk. We're going on a forest walk. And you can be anywhere in the world, anywhere you choose in the world. Any type of woods or forest. You can also be just in nature. It doesn't have to be a wood situation. Just imagine going on a walk in nature. Coming up into a cluster of trees. And just picture them in your mind's eye. What sort of trees are you encountering? What's their nature? What's the temperature like? How big are the trees? How small? How different are they? Are there many kinds of trees or just one variant? What else can you see? And then if you feel comfortable, walk a little bit more inwards and just see if there's one tree that's particularly attractive to you, that you might even call your tree. You can go over and say hello, touch the tree, notice what part of the tree are most attractive to you. Its roots, its trunk, or its crown, branches and leaves, the canopy. And we want to come back to the body. So if you're still in that pictured, imagined tree, wood situation, maybe place yourself by the tree, sit, lean. But in the here and now, we are still lying down. And we want to just start imagining that our body is a tree. And we start with the legs. The legs are your roots. The legs as roots. Roots that provide stability and anchoring. So direct your attention, your awareness onto the legs. And just sense when you bring in this quality of tree roots, what happens to your legs? How do they feel? They might become heavier, or lighter, softer. Check with yourself if it feels nice for you, then continue. Otherwise, take it very, very slow and be gentle. I want to just imagine these roots of a tree, how they expand into the ground. The ground being this kind of dark, damp place, an unknown. But the roots have a mission. They create stability and anchoring for the tree. And then there are the softer roots, the feeder roots that are sort of branching out, feeling, reaching into the earth, searching for nourishment and water, and delivering the nutrients of the soil onto the tree itself. So it's a clever system of transportation. These roots speak to each other and deliver messages. How does it feel in your body to imagine these roots, these feeder roots, coming out of your rooted legs? Can you feel connection to the ground? Maybe your pelvis becomes heavier, your legs too. Just for a moment, let that be really, really, really lovely. And we're going to travel up with our awareness, up the pelvis and into the belly area, the torso area. You can imagine how the tree kind of comes up out of the ground into this magnificent trunk. A sort of solid tree trunk that is your torso. And the tree trunk and its kind of layers, circular layers, years in the making, solid and strong, present. And it doesn't matter if your tree is small or large, just sense in your body, how does it feel to have that sense of stability coming from the ground up. We're still lying down, but we can feel ourselves growing tall. More stable roots reaching upwards. And then let that travel upwards again and into the heart space. And here we're going to kind of let that energy reach out as if we are connecting with the tree crown. So that's where the branches kind of starts. So you can imagine this energy coming from the ground, from your legs, through the pelvis, into the belly, into your heart, and then spreads open into your arms. If it evokes a movement, go with that. Otherwise, you can keep very still. Let that sensation of growth run through you. And in the heart space, the arms, you can imagine these kind of tree branches branching over, and the leaves, new leaves. Or maybe your tree is barren, maybe it's winter, maybe it's summer, it's really all okay. It's very interesting to notice the tree we're imagining we are. And that might change next time we do it. But just feeling into that branching over, this opening and expansion of the heart space. And this reaching over and up to receive sunlight, light energy, nutrients. And process the air, the water, and this, and kind of doing that with grace. We just want to notice here, how does it feel in the body as a whole? To take on this embodiment of a tree. And maybe you can even start feeling this energy moves around from the bottom of your feet into the top of your crown, and vice versa. And nutrients, nourishments from the soil, from the air, from the sky. Do you feel tall? Do you feel balanced? Anything that you're feeling right now is absolutely fine. Anything that comes up for you emotionally, please know that it's fine. When we connect with this expansion, it can bring up a lot of emotion. Just be gentle with yourself. See if you can feel your whole self again. Your connection with the floor, or whatever it is that supports your body right now. How does it feel now? Which parts of your body are more in contact with the floor compared with the beginning? What is the sense in your body now that we've connected with tree consciousness? I want to invite a question. Here, with the tree, how does it feel to take the space for your own nourishment, for your own growth? Here, among all these other trees in the forest, in nature, how does it feel to take what you need for your own growth, for your own expansion. And is it okay to just be enough? To be enough, to have enough, to take your time. Just sense how it feels in the body when I'm speaking these words. And then when you're ready, you can start bringing some movement into the body. Maybe take your hands and rub them on your belly, your heart, your legs, wherever you need. Rub them on your eyes. Bring back your consciousness to the here and now. Yeah. For me, the tree consciousness is one of growth and expansion, but it also has a striving energy to it, a sense of belonging, a sense of I am enough, I have what I need to survive, and of taking space. Some trees are bigger than others, some trees are small and new. We're all in different parts of our journey on this earth, in this incarnation. And every time you visit this meditation, you might connect with a different kind of tree. And it's very interesting to see what tree are you connecting with today. So hopefully this short practice moved something in you, brought you some relaxation or some movement in your body. Just want to bring in the attention, the intention to start feeling a connection with our body and be in touch with its qualities. For me, the quality of rooting down from the kind of pelvis and pelvis downwards is rooting, and then the expansion from the torso up into the heart, the chest, the hands, the crown. This creating that balance, keeping that tension. So as we walk tall, but we're also connected to the ground and are, in that sense, rooted. And from that base, from this space that has the support and the anchoring, we can branch out and reach out and grow tall. But without a solid base, a tree can't grow. So yeah, it's quite a lot. There is the, and you might find that this has challenged you to feel that there is an imbalance in your body, that you might not be able to kind of sense much of your pelvis, much of your legs, connect with rooting, or the opposite, you might not feel very expanded and tall in your upper torso. And this is just an invitation to start noticing these things, bringing awareness, bringing embodied awareness into our everyday life too. So as you're walking, as you transition, as you're walking in your daily life, you can bring that tree awareness into your stance. Are my legs feeling rooted right now? Am I feeling the weight of my body? Is it supporting my torso to stand tall? Can I bring in more of an opening, more of an expanding to my upper torso from a rooted place, and kind of keeping that balance? Okay. Thank you for your practice.